So welcome to this week's video, 1st of 2025. Happy New Year. Hopefully your celebrations went well. We've come up to Oxford to the farm to have a look at the trail cams and maybe in the afternoon to Otmoor, see how we go. Did pop up here between Christmas and New Year. Myself and Denise looked at the cameras. No barn owls, and the batteries were pretty low. So I've bought my battery pack, some spare AAs to charge them up. Now, although there were no barn owls at that point, interestingly, just quickly checked the camera, and the day that we came up, about 1 o'clock in the afternoon, there was a barn owl. So that's given me a bit of a boost. We left at mid-morning, having reset the cameras. This owl looks a little bedraggled, and its underpants wet. Must assume that it's been hunting in the daytime. Barn owls originally evolved in warmer and drier climates than we have here in the UK, and therefore the barn owl's mortality peaks sort of between December and March, the cause of death primarily being starvation. Although it's wonderful to see the barn owls in the day, it often means that they are struggling to find enough food. With the drop in temperatures, field mice become less active at night and are more active in the day, hence the possible change in the owl's hunting behaviour. So I've decided to move one of the trail cams. Now I'm coming to where the barn owl box is, and I've noticed that we've got some really quite fresh pellets. It's in a couple of spots. So I've decided to sort of move the camera to this position, and although the light's not massively great, it should be able to charge the camera from here, but I'm trying to cover the barn owl box just in case it's going in there, and two places here where it seems to be perching. So I'm going to give that a month for that. Like I say, I've spoken to the farms today as well, and they've said they've seen it a couple of times flying around. So hopefully we'll catch something over the next month or so. But yeah, let's see how this afternoon goes up at Otmoor. Before leaving, walked up the field to the camera, which didn't have time to check the last time that we visited. It looks as if we're still getting a regular visit from this handsome fox. I was pleasantly surprised to see the badgers. I'd assumed that they would be spending more time in the set over winter. They don't seem to hibernate, but enter a sort of a torpid state of inactivity, reducing its metabolic rate and body temperature, I suppose, in a way to conserve energy. But this was an interesting capture. Didn't really get a clear view. I've frozen it here, but the tail just looks different than a badger, and overall the size is smaller. There's a few, about 5 or 6 roe deer over there. I'm wondering whether it's worth repositioning. They seem to come through the hedge over there, so yeah, let's try that. Let's try a different position for a month. So that's the new position for the field. Camera organised, just managed to find where they're going in and out. It looks as if it's pretty well warm, so I'm pretty confident we're going to catch some stuff there, because it's been such a dull few weeks. The batteries were surprisingly low actually, after I've used my battery pack to charge the internal battery, get that back up. With today and tomorrow being really quite sunny, fairly confident that should get a real good charge. It was a short journey to Otmoor, and on my arrival I decided to sort of spend an hour or so in the hide for lunch, filming the buntings, goldfinches, yellowhammers. This is a sort of a mixed flock, constantly moving from the hedgerow to the path below to feed. Included here a few images that Denise managed to take. We decided to walk up the hill to the furthest screen, screen 2, and work my way back for dusk. Far over on the left hand side was a singular duck, and on closer inspection a female goldeneye, first recorded breeded in sort of 1970s. Interestingly, it sort of nests in trees and nest boxes, breeding concentrated in northern Scotland. Overwintering birds from Scandinavia boost their sort of native population, arriving from October, which gives us a good opportunity to spot them pretty much all across the UK. To the far right of the screen, despite the high water levels, we could just about see a few snipe visible amongst the reeds. Returning down the hill along the footpath to screen 1, perched high up in a tree was this peregrine preening. The weather for most of December has been pretty drab and overcast. It was so nice to have a really clear evening. The marsh harriers entertained as usual, with some lapwings off into the distance. As dusk approached, this heron and cattle egret came into roost. But despite the condition being really perfect for a starling murmuration, the number of birds wasn't that great, and those that did come into roost were way off into the distance. hope you've enjoyed this first trip out for 2025. Overall, I think it was really quite a successful day. Thanks for watching, and I look forward to you for joining me for a cup of coffee in the next one.